Welcome back to another season of the 30-minute space for real leadership conversations, bold insight, and forward motion. I am your host again for another season, another episode. Let me say, it feels good to be back. Let's get it started. Well, hello there, gang. Welcome to another episode of the 30. As I said, it feels good to be back with you. We took a little time off earlier this summer and not just to rest, but in addition to the rest, to reset. Similar to if you're like any high performing leader, I know what you should be doing is taking time away, although I know it's not easy. So today, on today's episode, the leadership reset, recharge, refocus, ready to lead. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've learned and some of those things that I've like to share with you, and taking that time to really reset. Uh, as I studied leaders, what I found is that the best leaders don't always power through everything. The best leaders that I've studied know when to say, I need to pause. I need to reset. I need to recharge my batteries. And that's what I found, and that's what I have endeavored to do, right? Is to really take some time to reset, to get focus, and making sure that I am recharged. So on today's episode, I am going to be talking about why it's important. Why it's important for us to recharge and reset, and really look at down the road. How can we be more effective while we recharge and reset? And also, what could happen if we don't recharge, reset, relax, right? What could happen if we don't do those things? So today's episode, as I said, is called The Leadership Reset, Recharge, Refocus, and Ready to Lead. So whether you are a CEO of a company, large, small, you're a business owner, you're a pastor, you're a team leader, you're a manager, you're a supervisor, or you are an emerging voice, you've probably felt the pressure to perform. You've probably felt the pressure to pull or to do more, right? Being there, done that. And maybe you have a quiet realization that it's time for a shift. So we've all been told we need to push forward, push forward, push forward. We've always been told that we need to keep going, don't stop. And if you read some of a post that I put out maybe about a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago, I was like that, right? I fell into that zone of wanting to always move forward, always push forward, don't take time out, right? Never go on vacation. And I fell into that. I fell into the trap of busy and showing busyness and not focusing on productivity. And I know some of you still are on that road, right? We are so busy, 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 because if we're not, then how are we looked at? If we never stop going, how are we looked at? If you're a supervisor, a manager, and you have a leader, and you see your leader, the person that leads the team, whether you're CEO or COO or president, if you see them always going, the tendency is for us is to go, is to mirror that behavior. But is that the right thing to do? So as I go forward, I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to probably take a couple of episodes, maybe this one and a follow-up one, to talk about that. Because busyness does not mean productive. Because you can be busy and busy doing nothing. You're just busy, right? But are you necessarily productive? So this is your moment in this episode. This is our moment to realign, to refocus, not just hit the ground running, but to run in the right direction. Are you going in the right direction, or are you just going? So let me walk you through what I call the 3 R's of leadership reset. And it's in the title: recharge, refocus, and ready. So it's a simple but powerful way to re-enter the season stronger. So maybe you've taken some time off. Maybe you've taken some time to recharge or to reset or to relax. Maybe you're still on vacation or still taking some time off, taking a couple of days off, a weekend, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is. Maybe you're taking that time now and you're thinking about, how can I re-enter? What does that look like? How can I come back and re-enter even stronger? And that's what my goal is and is to really re-enter this season stronger, more grounded, more focused, and ready to lead with impact. And I hope that I can give you some ideas and thoughts that will help you do the same. So let's start with the first R, which is recharge. And recharge is not just physically, but also emotionally, and for me, more importantly, spiritually. Because if I was constantly going, but I needed time to really recharge my spiritual mindset, my physical being, and also my emotional being. So you can pour in, right? You can pour in, because if you are running on empty, you can't pour into an empty cup. You can't pour into someone when you are empty. So you need to be recharged. Take some time away. I know we're focused on, and it doesn't have to be really going away or doing something. It could be getting away or turning off this thing called a phone or your computer, right? Taking a detox from technology. Because technology, we're always on tech. We're always, whether we are looking at social media, which is very addictive, right? So whether you're doing that, always on your phone, always on your computer, being there, done that. So you may have to take some time away to recharge your batteries. So the summer break, it wasn't a pause, it was more of a power up. So the mindset, I want you to think about that. Don't look at it as a pause or pause break, but look at it as an opportunity to power up, recharge your battery. Every battery, everything we use, even our own systems, sometimes need to be powered down. If we're on our phones, sometimes the battery goes out. We can say low battery, right? 10%. We need to recharge. So you know your bodies. Sometimes we need to listen to that and recharge. Take a time out to recharge and power back up, right? Restart. On a computer, sometimes things go wrong. You have so many pieces on your computer, right? So many systems, so many URLs, so many, all these things. If you're like me, I have a lot of things up on my computer, a lot of different sites that I visit on my computer. And sometimes the computer gets overloaded and I have to delete some of my apps. I have to delete even for the 30. Sometimes I have to store some of these episodes because I only have a certain capacity. And sometimes I come right up to that point of my capacity amount. Then I have to store them someplace else and then delete before I can actually do another episode. And that's the same thing with us. Sometimes we need to delete some of the things that we are doing in order to recharge, so that now we can come back. And when we power back up our system, when we power back up, similar to the phones or computer, when we power back or when we power up, now we're better for it. So folks, leaders, whether you are leading an organization, whether it's a community organization, whether it's a church, whether it is a small business, whatever you're doing, I want you to remember the 3 R's. So we just focus on one, recharge. The second one that I want to talk about is refocus. And I want you to answer this question. Ask yourself, what matters most right now? What matters most right now? See, sometimes it's so easy, as I said, to get caught up in activity. We get caught up in the busyness of life. We get caught up in doing so many things. But activity does not mean impact. So there are some people that may have a lower activity, but are more impactful. So which one are you? Are you just focused on activity? Or are you focused on impact? Which one? Which one are you? Activity or impact? See, I would like to be more impactful. That's the goal, to be more impactful as opposed to focus on activity. I don't want to be busy just for be busy sake. I want to be productive and I want to be impactful. So what's most important to you? Is it activity and busyness, or is it being impactful and productive? I don't know where you are, but I would say to guess that being impactful and being more productive is one thing that you want to focus on, as opposed to being busy and constantly caught in activity. See, leaders wants to make a difference. I believe that I tell our leaders, I tell our classes, those that I teach and coach, it's a privilege to be called a leader. But a leader, to be called a leader or CEO or manager, that's just a title. That's a title that they give you, right? But leadership is more than that. Leadership is more than a title. Leadership is about making a difference. Leadership is about influence. It's about making a difference in others' lives. The key to being an effective leader is this, and you've heard me say this numerous times. The key to this, right? The key to being an effective leader is, how can you, right? It's developing, it's pouring into others so that you're developing more leaders. And that's the key to it, right? Is developing people, pouring into those that you serve, and helping them to become greater in skill and ability. And some of them may surpass you, and that's okay. But leaders who make a difference, they don't chase noise. They focus, they align, they get clarity. So, what matters right now to you? Is it about making a difference in someone else's life? Is it chasing the noise? Is it chasing the money? Is it being busy? When people see you, are they seeing impact? Are they seeing you helping others, serving others, making a difference in someone else's life? Or are they seeing activity, just busyness? So that's the question that I had for you when we focus on the second R, refocus. What matters most right now? And only you can answer that. The third R is ready to lead. See, this is just being back, right? I took some time off from the 30, and it's about coming back. But it's not just coming back for coming back's sake. It's coming back being better. It's coming back being stronger. It's coming back with a fresh energy. It's coming back with a new clarity. It's coming back with a renewed commitment. It's coming back because I've had time to really breathe. And now it's time to build and carry on. So not just for the 30, but it's also for the Jackman Group. Right? We're going into December, would be 15 years that we've launched the Jackman Group LLC. And the Jackman Group LLC is the company produces the 30. So December will be 15 years. And the goal has always been to make a difference in someone else's life, whether it is through leadership training, coaching, whether it is with an organization with strategic planning, whatever it is in terms of development, the key, the goal, the purpose has always been and will continue to be is to make a difference and make an impact in someone's life. So if I can be real with you for a second as we continue. See, I'm not just talking about this. I'm not just reading anything. I'm speaking with you from the heart because I've had to live it. See, the first 5 years, this is the first time in the 5 years of the 30 that I've taken some time down. See, I prided myself on never missing an episode. But as I looked at it, I says, wow, it's a lot of pressure. I needed to take some time off to really regroup, recharge, refocus, and now we're back. So the first time in 5 years of hosting the 30 that I've taken some time, extended time off. And I'm excited. I'm excited to be back because we have some great things coming up in the coming months, in the coming weeks, as we push towards, as we begin ending off August and beginning September. We have some great shows and great topics to discuss. It's always around leadership, whether it's in the corporate space, whether it's in a spiritual space, whether it is in the business space, whether it's in the community space. So we have some great episodes coming up and some fantastic guests that you'll hear about, right? And so that's on the 30 side. And on the Jackman Group side, it's the first time in almost 15 years since I founded it, that I took a mental break, right? A small break. So I took a longer time from the 30. But as you're leading an organization, it becomes more challenging to take some extended time. But I did take some time to really recharge, refocus, and get ready. So both breaks, here's what both breaks reminded me of. What fuels this work isn't about strategy or schedule. It's about purpose. So what is your purpose? Purpose? What is your purpose? Purpose is very different from passion. I like to say passion is temporary. Purpose is more permanent. So what is your purpose? Find your purpose, identify what that purpose is, right? And move forward to it. Move forward in doing it. But that's what the small break for the Jackman Group in the 30 brought me back to. What is the purpose? My purpose is about people. It's about alignment. It's about helping others get to where they want to get to, both spiritually, in business, physically, and emotionally. It's about people. It's about being aligned. And for me, it was about mental wellness, making sure that my mental wellness is good. It's also about the fire, keeping the fire going. So it's the fire in here, it's the fire in me in order to accomplish what God has called me to do, my purpose in life. So what is your purpose? So as we look at the 3 R's, recharge, refocus, and ready to lead. So whether, again, you're leading a team, you're leading a business, you're leading a church congregation, or just trying to lead your own life well, whatever it is, I invite you to reset, refocus, reengage. What does that look like for you? What are some of the actions that you will take going forward? We are moving into another phase. Moving into another month here shortly. And my hope and my prayer is that you take time to reset, refocus, and then re-engage. That's what leadership is about. It's not pushing all the time to the point of exhaustion. If you're in your teens or 20s, like I was way back then, sure, I could have done all that, right? But then I gained wisdom in my later years that the body can only take so much. The mind can only take so much. So we all need time. We all need that time to really reset, refocus, and recharge. I thought that taking time off was pretty much a no-no. For those that took time off, I said, what's this? Are you some kind of wimp? Let's go. But I quickly realized as I focus on leaders and I see those around me, that are doing not just focusing on activity, but focusing on their purpose, focusing on impact, and focusing on making a difference, that they can do that without the busyness. It's all about time management, folks. It's all about making the best. See, we all have 24 hours in a day. We don't have 25. We don't have 26. We all have 24 hours in a day. And how you manage that time can go a long way to your success. But make sure that in that time, that you really look at your spiritual, your physical, your mental, and take some time to recharge, refocus, reset, re-engage, and be ready to go. All right. Well, I hope this was helpful as we re-enter into the 30. Remember, we have some great things that's going to be coming up pretty soon here. You will hear about those. I'm going to make an announcement on the next episode of the 30 of what we have on the Jackman Group side of what we have coming up in the fall 2025, and maybe looking forward to 2026. So that's going to be coming up and probably the next two episodes of as we announce where we're going on the Jackman Group side, for the training and development of individuals. We want to get you, make sure that you're focused on your own individual development to be the best leader that you can be, to be the best leader that God has called you to be a leader of impact and a leader that can make a difference, right? Not the leader who's focused on activity or focused on self. So we want to take you from the good leader to the great leader to the exceptional leader. And I'll be making some announcements as to what we are doing on the Jackman Group side of things and how we can help you, how we can partner with you to help you to go from where you are to where you desire to be. On the 30 side, you'll hear a lot more about upcoming episodes and guests. So stay tuned. Look out for us on your socials, whether it is LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. Look out for us on there as we make some announcements. And do me a huge favor. If you are watching this from whether it's YouTube or on LinkedIn, make sure that you share it or repost it to someone else so that others can get the information that you receive. Send me a message also. You can send me a message at info@jackmangroup.llc.com. That is info@jackmangroup.llc.com. I would love to hear from you. Love to hear what you have going on and how can we partner with you to help you to become the best version of yourself. All right. That's it for now. Thank you for watching very much. May God bless you and your family. And we will see you on the next episode of the 30. Be blessed for now.